Accidental Homesteader. And don't forget to also check me out on Instagram. And don't forget my blog at www.simpleandeasysourdough.com. Okay, today I am going to make the most simple and easy crackers, and nobody will believe you how simple and easy they are. They look amazing, and I'll put videos and I'll put some pictures on my blog when I post the recipe, probably tomorrow. So I'm going to make sourdough beet crackers. I'm going to add hyssop and lavender. Here they are. Okay, so I always thought that crackers were too hard, or they didn't turn out right, they were too hard, too chewy, whatever. But these are easy, and basically it's a cup of liquid, cup of flour, 4 ounces of butter, a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of herbs, and then from there you can kind of mix and match and make it however. So what I'm doing today is you use straight up sourdough discard. As you see here, there's liquid on top, so this sourdough needs fed, so I'm so happy to use sourdough from it. First thing I'm going to do is stir it up, because if I used all that liquid, it probably wouldn't work as well in the recipe. Okay, and I want a total of a cup of liquid, and I'm not really sure how much. This is beet puree from beets from my garden. I just harvested a beet and cut it in fourths, put it on the stove with water, boiled it till it was tender, and then pureed it. So I'm going to pour this in first because I'm going to use all I have. And you can use any combination you want. If you don't want to use beets, but they are awful pretty, you can just use a cup of sourdough starter. So let's see here. Looks like I used a measuring cup that may be too big. We'll make this work. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Yep, that looks to be a cup. And then I have enough here that I'll go ahead and feed this, and it'll keep going in my fridge. This is I'm gonna call it my Allie's house or guest house sourdough. I have my main one over at my house. Okay, so I did that. Now I'm gonna add the flour, the butter, and the herbs and salt. So here's the herbs, and I already measured 2 teaspoons of dried herbs. If you want to add fresh herbs like rosemary or thyme or oregano, chives, you can do that too, but I would use 2 teaspoons. Okay, let me get about a teaspoon of salt. Put that in here. And I melted my butter. There's lots of ways you can do this. If you don't want to use butter, of course you could use any oil that works for your family. And I have it cooled, so I don't want it really hot because I wouldn't want to kill the starter. Okay. And there is no sweetener in this at all. It works fine without it. With the beets, I believe the beets kind of help with that. Okay. So now I'm going to stir this up. And honestly, that's it. Now what I do is I divide it in half. I put it in plastic wrap and stick it in the fridge till tomorrow. I did that yesterday. So I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to roll some out for you so you can see how simple and easy it is. One of the tricks for rolling it out, looks like I need to clean up my counter first. Hold on. Counter clean. Okay. So the crackers are pretty thin, and rolling it out on parchment paper seemed to really help yesterday. Let me grab a little flour. don't need too much, just a little bit. And I'm gonna do these. This was sourdough with garlic chives and edible flowers. And look how little that is. You're gonna be amazed at how many actual crackers it makes. So, actually I think I have too much flour here. Let's scoop that off. Need some on the top though. So I made these for Valentine's Day yesterday. You can find it on my stories on my Instagram today. And I will actually, when I write the post, I'll post some of the cute pictures because I made teeny tiny hearts. And then I put it with a charcuterie tray for my husband for Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys, our plans don't seem to always work out just like we wanted them. And we actually ended up sharing that tray with friends, which was actually even more fun. So this is rolled out. You can kind of see the chives and things inside. And you want it rolled out really thin, super thin, kind of as thin as you can get it. You see this? This is almost too thick. The thinner, the better. And the flowers that are in here were cosmos. There's only one kind of cosmos that are edible. Don't quote me on the botanical name, I couldn't tell you, but the orange ones that I grow are edible. And then I also put in some of the pretty blue boorish flowers. It was just a dried mix that I had from last year. And it's really, and then the chives, it's really pretty. Okay, so this is probably thin enough. A little bit more, okay. And here is the cute little cutter I used yesterday for little mini, they almost were goldfish size. And you just stamp them out. And then they get baked in the oven for, oh, actually first, 2 steps. Sprinkle some coarse salt on them. So you put them on a parchment, on a baking sheet of some sort. Sprinkle some coarse salt, and then take a fork and prick them so that they don't get puffy like goldfish. If you want puffy like goldfish, don't prick them with a fork. But if you want thin, crispy, melt in your mouth crackers, prick them with a fork, bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes at 350. Keep checking in between the 15 and 20 minute mark because you want them baked to crisp, but you don't want them browned. So it's a little tricky to figure that out. I think that's the hardest part of the simple and easy. So let me go ahead and show you the next step. I am using a baking stone, just my preference. You can use whatever you like to bake on. With simple and easy sourdough, you don't have to buy anything. Whatever you have, we can make do. Okay, so just put them on the baking sheet. Oh, you just heard the oven. It says it's ready when I am. Let's do a few more of these. And remember that teeny tiny little piece that fit in my palm? It looks like we'll probably get 20. And then I actually have more. I have the pink dough with the beets in it from yesterday, as well as another bundle of this. And just to run out of time to actually finish this. So, and my family loved them. My husband was over the moon. They tasted good, and with the herbs, they were pretty and kind of a nice Valentine's treat. They can be cut with anything. You can cut them with a knife. You can cut them with a pizza cutter. You could even cut them with scissors if you wanted. You could use any shape you wanted. Okay. And funny thing is, I don't have any left over from yesterday to show you. They're all gone. So I guess that'll tell you something. it, come on. And I'm used to making stuff like this. Oh, it looks like there's a flour piece. Looks awful big, we'll take that out. I'm used to making stuff like this and it being tricky or sticks to the counter, but this dough doesn't. It's just easy to work with. I believe the refrigerating it overnight is what makes it so easy. Okay, so once you have your little hearts or crackers, sprinkle them with some salt, however you kind of like it. Looks sprinkled to me. Then you take a fork and just prick holes in them. You can just do one, you can do two sets, whatever works for you. And it's also a learning curve, so and just by attempting and making sourdough crackers, you're blessing your family. Nothing has to be perfect. Simple and easy is what you're going for, and you're adding nutrition you kind of love. So these are going to go into the oven again for 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll take them out. And they're simple and easy sourdough. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more of my quirky, weird videos on homesteading. And check out my Instagram and my website. Thank you so much.